One of the most beautiful aspects of God is the Logos, which is the principle of divine reason and fine-tuning and order that turns all consciousness that emanates out of the monistic source into the 10,000 things of the world, organizes all of that into a meaningful story. And they say the Logos is like the word of God, and a storybook is only meaningful provided that the words and syllables are organized into ways that can express different ideas. But the Logos of God is, in a more ultimate sense, the mechanism by which consciousness can encounter itself in various forms and then return back to unity in an organized fashion. I've talked about in previous videos that the Logos is also what allows the universe itself to be balanced. There's principles and laws of fine-tuning in the universe and certain gravitational and cosmological constants. So I think there's something like 14 or 15 ones that we know about, that if they were like 0.00000000001% off, the universe would be unstable and it would collapse in on itself, right? So yeah, the Logos is one of the beautiful things about it, and carried with that Logos is fairness. So God is fair. Which is a trip to think about, because the world around you, you can clearly see inequity in it. You can clearly see imbalance of power and abuse. And it can be weird and puzzling to look at the world and see it as perfectly meaningful and organized and fair if you only look within the context of one lifetime. So one of the concepts that's been kind of challenging, especially as part of the Chosen Ones conversation, is the idea of generational trauma. Because if you take that outside of a spiritual context, the idea of generational trauma is profoundly unfair. It's the idea that some completely different person who's not you just shit up everything in your bloodline brazenly and arrogantly, abused people, was toxic, was rotten, introduced just garbage and sewage into your DNA. And he died and got away scot-free. And he just came in, he wrecked the shop, broke all the chinas. And now you're born and you get to be tortured your entire life and get to clean up after all of that. It's like, wow. I'd say that's the definition of profound, wicked, evil unfairness. But it's the thing about the idea of inherited generational trauma is that it is true, but it's not true that it has nothing to do with you. It's not just in the sense that you're from the same genetic bloodline. It's part of the more profound understanding that there is a Logos and that God really is perfectly fair and that you are an expression of God, because everything that you encounter, once again, back to the mirror God concept, is a reflection of your own consciousness. So if you are instanced into a lifetime where you are related to these flaws in your bloodline, that means that those are things that you've cultivated in previous lifetimes. And another important thing to understand is that the condition of your family is not the condition of your family in every lifetime. This is, once again, most people in most spiritual systems are not prepared for these kind of realizations because they are so deeply immersed and attached to the stories of the world. Particularly, most Christians are profoundly disturbed by the idea that when they die, it's not necessarily the case that they're going to have a paradise in the sky where they're going to visit their loved ones. particularly because you don't have the same loved ones every lifetime. They also struggle with the idea that there's more than one lifetime. They think that God just like, here you go, brand new soul, make the right choices. I'm not going to give you any guidance, and if you fuck it up, I'm going to send you to hell. All right, see ya. That's the story. That's not that. Yeah, there's reincarnation, and when you reincarnate to address different aspects of your own being, and those different aspects of your own being are projected outward as the people that you attracted to your life. And for whatever reason, people are really disturbed and troubled by the idea that that also includes your family. So it's not like, you keep being born and it's your same mom and dad every time. You're being born to various different families. So really the operative term there is familiar. So everything outside of yourself is a projection of aspects of your soul and the samskars and the impressions you've made on your soul throughout your lifetimes, your karma, if you will. But there is a radius of familiarity. That is to say that the stranger off in the background, kind of blurry in the background on the street, probably doesn't have nearly as much to do with you in this lifetime as the people in your immediate family. And chosen ones know more than anybody that the people in your family, that's where the greatest amount of karmic intensity is. That's typically where the greatest amount of abuse is. The family is the familiar samskars. They are the familiar images and intentions and energies that you have been put on earth in a more immediate and urgent way to deal with, rather than the people that are off in the distance on the street corner, right? They're led to. You are meant to work with them alchemically, but not with the same level of urgency as your family, because your family are the familiar aspects of your soul from previous lifetimes. So yeah, it is a generational trauma that must be healed, but I feel like it's a really unhelpful assumption to make that there is great enduring cosmic importance to your worldly family, because each lifetime is a different family. The more important principle of life is definitely not family, it's evolution. And I'm running into people constantly who struggle with that a lot, that realization. Because if evolution is the higher principle, that means God is going to need to place you in a particular family to help soften the edges, round off some of the jagged bits of one part of your soul. And then you're going to be born into a completely different family to work on another area, all right, of your soul to further achieve perfection and come back to God and unity. It's not just the same family over and over again. And I know a guy who is always pushing this thing called, what was it? Family constellations. Yeah, family constellations. And his perspective is that pretty much the highest good is to be part of a healthy family unit, and that's about where it stops. There is like tones of codependency there anytime he says that to me. It's like, brother, man, like, you don't understand. You got abusive fucking families, dude. So then he kind of softened. It's like, okay, well, just like you're in your mind, forgive them. And I'm like, thank you, but take it further. Do it with the everybody you encounter. Is my perspective. So he's more of this family constellations perspective, and he kind of cuts it off there. I'm more of the Ho'oponopono perspective, which has more to do with universal love and forgiveness. anywhere there is inequity in how you deal with the things of the world and special preference, those, in my opinion, are the seeds of attachment which build the roots that dig you into the world and perpetuate reincarnation. So yeah, that was a quick riff on the idea of family. Chosen ones are born into some of the most abusive, wicked, wretched families. And that's where typically the most karmic intensity is. You say that's where like the heaviest lead is, right? If you're going to do it from an alchemical perspective. Yeah, you are only just born into a particular lifetime with these challenges because you have signed up for one of the highest difficulties. If you want to put it in like video game terms, put on the highest level difficulty in like Call of Duty or something. Because your higher self is like, yeah, I'm gonna achieve leaps and bounds. I'm gonna improve in leaps and bounds. I'm gonna improve so friggin' fast. Give me all the karma. Give me all the smoke. I'm gonna improve so fast. And now that we're on Earth, it's like, whoa, this is a lot. So yeah, that's why I make certain videos to help decrease the intensity. That was my step 1, step 2, step 3 videos. That's more recently my Blessing of the Sun video, very important video. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the matter. Doot.